Hello, my name is Thejan Perera and I'm here right now at the Robotic Gen Academy. Today I'll be showing you my game, the snake game. I use it by making PyGame, import Tkinter and Random. Time to show you the game. Hello everybody, my name is Thejan and I'm from the Robotic Gen Academy. So today I will be showing you my snake game code, and later in another video I'll be showing my game when it's running. So to make the game I used PyGame, Tkinter and Random. So for the first of all you need to install PyGame, right, which is extremely easy, but in this case I'll be showing you how to. So first of all we have to make a new terminal. Okay, I think it's gonna run, yeah. So your terminal in your application will probably be like this, but if you're using another application, you may know what it looks like. But in this case, I will be using PyCharm. So to make a game like this, you will need PyGame, but I think this is only exclusive in PyCharm. So if you're using PyCharm, your input would be like this. Once you press enter, it's going to be generate the code, and then you can work on the game. So first of all, what you do is you type from in tkinter import and then import random. The game width would be equal, so like this section here will be like variables and the numbers in the sense. So game width and height would be, and the speed would be like how fast the game loads and like how the application size would be like. So in this case it would be like some kind of rectangular square, and these ones would basically account for like the gameplay. So like the space size is like in the sense not space size, the body parts would be like the starting size of the snake. The snake color would be green, the food color would be red, and the background color would be like black. So in this I made classes to make it easier for me to work on it. So in this case I made a class called snake, and I use def init self to start out the code and make sure it runs properly, because if you're gonna make the code like this, you need a def init to make like in the sense, like def main, right? That's like a structure for the a new part of a code that links to this here. But instead of using def main, you could use init, and then you can put self in, which is the user. So as you can see, when I highlighted self, everything self here is like for the user. So like the body size would be linked to body parts, which is 3, so that makes the starting count, and then the rest is like normal, because if you add a number here, that changes the gameplay a bit, but it's best to, let's say, put nothing in there. The rest is also the same thing except for this, where you can use canvas.create underscore rectangle to create the size of the place, but you can also use fill snake color as green, as you can see here, and tags could be called snake. For food, it's relatively the same thing. Fill food color red, and tags is going to be food, and then in a def new position. But the only problem is instead of using, it uses tkinter, but it also uses random. So the entire food class would be auto generating. So let's say once it's eaten by the snake, it respawns with the new coordinates, and then in the next turn for snake and food, the global direction and score would be changed. So in the sense that these are the control sections. In the sense the snake could be controlled by arrow keys, so you can go up, down, left, and right. And it can also, let's say, if x is equal to game width, or y is 0, or y equals to a game height, then the game is over in the sense, because the snake would probably not be generated, or it's just some generation problems. And if x, y, or in snake coordinates is basically also a game over. And then here in this section, snake coordinates here, that's just basically like a structure for that above tin. And then the square creates canva rectangle. It's also the same thing, but it also includes the snake color and tag. And if x equals 4 dot coordinate, y equals that, you get an extra, you get one score. And the label config would be text score format score, and then the full will just respawn. And then this is like a new direction, so let's say like there will be like conditions and stuff, because if let's say the snake goes left and the direction is going to be, let's say, right, then that's going to be a new direction for the snake. And then for game over, it's just going to be like, it'll just generate a restart button. So once the snake is dead, it'll say game over and a restart button appears for the user to click, and then it's just going to restart the game in Discord. It's like for all stuff, let's say the direction score for the snake, and then the Windows with stuff would be also generated and also updated, because the Windows has to be updated because the snake is moving and the circle is like randomly getting shifted places. And in the end, it's gonna have this, which is gonna have a bind to make sure that that the snake doesn't go all the way to places. And that's basically it. But before it is gonna be this thin. And yeah, and I will be showing you the other video soon. Bye. Hello everybody, it's me Thejan again. From the last video, I said I will be showing you my game, the snake game that I used to make by PyGame, Tkinter and Random. So here's the game. So I shall start the reset button as I told before in the code. So like that, and here's the game. So I can see I was telling the truth. There's a snake that starts with 3 body parts or 3 squares. The color is green, and the red apples or circles are red colored, and they teleport to a random place or just spawn in a random place once it's eaten. But I haven't told you this. There's like 2 ways to die. One is that you hit the wall like this, and another is like this. So if I were to increase my size, I can wait, sorry, if I to increase my size like so, like I'm just gonna get some bigger food. If I did that, I die, and it'll just say game over and restart. And that's the same thing for that, when hitting the wall or the edge, and it just says game over and restart. There was a small glitch where if I press up and down key, or like up left and right key, like as so, it sometimes happens but not rarely. The game, the snake dies somehow. And yeah, that's my game. So I also have, you can also see the score system up there, and so far the highest score is like 46, my highest score. So I want you to try and beat it, but first you have to make your own game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe see y'all.